Welcome to my channel. My name is Valerio and today we're gonna review the Flame Toys Jest. This robot, this action figure belong to the line Kuro Kury. These are official release. It's not a third party, so they're allowed to use the proper name of the robot. And for the one that don't know anything about them, these are high-end figure with a high content in diecast more often than not, with a focus on design from the IDW run of Transformer, and with quite a focus on articulation, the lights, and really extremely premium finishes. So for the one interested into buying this one, I bought mine within a local store in Canada, age 3s and up, and it did just arrive. There are two versions of this robot. There is the one that everybody can buy all around the world, and then there is the one with a couple of exclusive items that you can get from D4 Toys. It has an extra face inside of it, and I think I paid around $300, give it or take it. Anyway, as usual with my review, we're gonna start with accessories, then we move in the main figure, and then we do a bit of comparison and conclusion. So as a first thing, I was a tiny bit disappointed because normally within Flame Toys there is a metric ton of accessories, and in this case there isn't too much, but it's well done. So we start with a really nice instruction manual to show you how you can move, how you cannot move. Well, this is the usual display stand for Flame Toys Transformer. It is always the same. These are the hands. They're extremely well done. However, if you have seen the review I did a couple of days ago about the Kuntam, these are way lower quality compared to a toy that is around $80, so that's not great. However, there are quite a few optional hand, expressive hand, trigger hands, you choose it. Anyway, let's start then with the other accessories. Then we have, these are tiny pegs so that you can attach the door of the car to the arms. Ta-da! And here you can see the extremely high quality of the paint job, metallic, non-metallic paint, decals, everything is extremely well done of the door, and then can be attached to the arms. On both of them, on one side Cybertron and the other one Autobot. I would have preferred Martini, but I'm fairly hostile over them. Anyway, this is the optional face, and if you cannot see clearly, don't worry, we're gonna see it later in conclusion when I show a couple of dynamic poses. So this is a backpack. You can decide if you want to attach it or not, and it's nice because it gives you the option to attach the door on it, and so you can actually move them on the back. And we're gonna see it does give quite a bit of option for movement. This is the cannon. One side is the cannon, the other side is the gun. It has a bit of a display. It has a tiny bit of a gimming. You can extract the trigger and the handle of the gun. I think it has a specific name, but I cannot tell. Anyway, so it is extremely well painted, nice, no content of diecast inside of it because there is no need for it. It will just be heavy on the joint. And now we're gonna start to look at our robot. So it is height, its height is around 8 inches, tiny bit more, tiny bit less, obviously depends from how you're gonna open the legs out of it. And as with all the Flame Toys, there is quite the content of quality and diecast. Once you keep it in your hand, it is a solid toy. However, on contrary with the latest release from Flame Toys, this is a bit lighter, which is not such a big deal breaker, but I thought that already Hot Rodimus was lighter, and actually it has the perfect combination of heft and articulation, while some of the first release were a bit too heavy, and so this was a bit heavy on the joint. In this case, I think we went a tiny bit lighter. Might just be my impression. I didn't actually put it on a scale, and somebody could just write me and tell me this is exactly the same weight as the other one. I highly doubt it. However, still extremely well painted. Nice heft to it. This is not a plastic toy. There is diecast and you can touch it through it. It is inside the frame mainly, but on the joints you can see. And what can I see? And what else can I say? Well, let's start to look at articulation to see if all the other Flame Toys is gonna be amazing about it. So the head can go up and down. There is a ball peg at the base of the head, and then there is another joint at the base of the neck. So there are two joints, sorry, one of the base of the head, one of the base of the neck, that kind of allow you for quite a bit of articulation. The sculpt is amazing. I will not repeat it, and paint job is fantastic. Now you can see that you can raise the arm to the shoulder, and there is also an extraction of the shoulder a tiny bit from the body, bicep swivel. double joints for the elbow, and holy cow, guys, if these guys are really tough. Like, I needed to put a bit of serious strength inside of it. Then there is a possibility of rotate on the part between the elbow and the hand. Sorry, I'm blanking out. And then there is a platform within the hands that allow you to move it. Okay, butterfly joints, pretty nice, honestly. And still there is the extraction of the shoulder joint from the main body. Then there is the skirt that you can move around. Joints are super solid. Other than the one on the arm, they're not scary. And then it's metal, so it's not like they're gonna break on you. They're just really hard. Anyway, you can do the Van Damme, you can do the back and forward split. Almost, I mean, you can move the skirt on the back of jets without much problem, but I don't know many people that keep them doing the split. Almost nobody. Now we're gonna see the knee joint. And so you see, oh, this is a nice detail. It is painted also internally on the skirt where you're never gonna see it. So there is a quad swivel. And now we see double joints with the armor, the shift. And there are details painted that are hidden within the armor, and they do come up only when you put the knee into that position. You see here a swivel on the feet, and now he can move on his tip. The below of it is painted. These are super solid joint, and they are onto an independent joints. So I forgot to show ab crunch pretty extended, and you can see actually the column that goes down. And sorry, I forgot to show it, but obviously it does also the tick up one side and another one. This is an incredibly well articulated, and some of the joints are a bit too hard, but this is within Flame Toys standard. Nothing new, nothing extraordinary here, unfortunately, but still extremely high standard. You can pose it however you want. Now for comparison, we're gonna show it as usual with our tiny Lego dude. Lego dude is tiny, no surprises here. Then we're gonna show with Magic Square Megatron. It is small, it is legend scale, still no surprise. With MP 4041 Bumblebee, it is smaller. And now without Rodimus, there was already on the smaller scale. This is with the armor, and still it is bigger than Jess, and that left me a bit, well, I don't know. Anyway, of the two, Rodimus is the best one, is the better one. Now for conclusion. Okay, I will, as usual, go really quickly on pro and cons. On the con side, a tiny bit less accessories than usual, and it felt like it is a bit less refined than the latest release by Flame Toys. I'm speaking about the Megazord, and speaking about what else, the Hot Rodimus, and most likely also the Tizen. I thought the Tizen review is going to come in a while. Now, anyway, it is, and this is the only cons. For everything else, this is a great figure. There is no doubt about it. Extremely high quality, super posable, quite nice. Material are pretty good. Paint job is fantastic. Just that when they set up the bar so high, it is kind of hard to go higher than. I mean, if you already do a great job to begin with, it's kind of hard to make it even a better one. Anyway, onto the. I say really the cons are really minor out of it. Maybe it is a bit less good than the latest Flame Toys release. And that is what I didn't want. I mean, this is what I was expecting, since its price was a bit lower than the other Flame Toys. This has been the cheapest Flame Toys in quite some time. Now, do I recommend it? So there is always the problem with Flame Toys. First of all, they don't transform. So there is this bit. And for some Transformer collector, this is a deal breaker. Second, anything that you put around it is going to look like crap, because it is so well done. So you cannot put it within an MP collection. First, because it is an IDW design, so it will not look particularly good with them. And second, because anything that you put around it doesn't look great. I am a collector of high-end figure mainly, and the only one that can hold a candle to them, honestly, are Blitzway ones, but they don't do that many releases. Actually, for something, Blitzway might even be better lately, but just for a few amount of things. And some of the Riobot release from Sentinel, and that's all. The problem is that you want to put it with other figure, and then the other figure looks terrible, even if they're pretty good. So this is my complaint, which is really superficial, so not a real complaint. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I really like it. The door onto the arms give a lot of possibility for posing. However, I was expecting a tiny bit more. not for anything, but because every time Flame Toys like kind of astonish me for how good their figure are. But anyway, if you like it, just buy it. It is extremely good. And for me, is everything. Have a nice day, guys.